Hello and welcome to your 2019 yearly readings. These are general readings for you. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign for more detail on what these readings hold. I am also going to offer you a personalized reading, yearly reading, which is going to be much more specific to you. It allows you to progressively go through 2019, have an overview and have a look at the energies that are there for you month by month, so that you can plan the year and utilize the energy, not work against the energy, but utilize it and understand why you're feeling in a particular way and how best to utilize the energy that is around you for that particular month as you progress through the year. If you would like to have a personalized reading, I'm going to be offering personalized readings for the month of December and January only. That will give you a specific reading for you and have a look at the specific energies that you're going to be working with in 2019 and what's in store for you. If you would like to have a personalized reading, you can follow the link to my website and you can book your reading from there for the month of December and January. So I hope that that will be helpful for you in your planning of the year. I wish you many blessings. Hello Gemini, welcome to your 2019 yearly reading. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign, give you a little bit more detail. Some months they'll resonate more in some situation. But let's have a look at the energy. What this reading does is it looks at the energy that you're working with in each month so that you can plan your year ahead and work out what months, what energy is best for you to achieve the best possible results at the end of the year. So it's also interesting because you see some months are, you think, oh gosh, that sounds awful. But when you see the big picture of the whole year, you see the relevance of the energy in any particular month and how it flows. So let's get started and let's have a look. So January, my lovely Geminis, January, you have the Hanged Man. The Hanging Man in this deck. Traditionally, it's the Hanged Man. This is an interesting card. It has many different meanings. What I get for you, my lovely Geminis, is primarily it's about changing your perspective on how you're viewing things, how you're seeing your situation, how you're seeing your life, how you're seeing situations in your life and how they're being interpreted. When we hang upside down, we see things in a different perspective. We see things in a different perspective. It's also about interesting because for some of you, I feel like January is going to come with a new determination, a new sense of looking at things, breaking out of conformity, breaking out of what is expected of you. A little bit rebellious, a little bit rebellious. It's about viewing things differently, breaking out of the conformities, the ties that bind us socially, daring to be different, daring to break out. So in January, you're really going to feel this bit of rebelliousness there with you, wanting to do things differently, not having people dictate or society dictate to you how to do things or how things should go or what roles you need to fall into. You're going to really challenge a lot of things that are around you in January, looking at things differently and maybe realizing what it is you're wanting to achieve. It's interesting because up here you've got, the mechanics of how things work, your conscious mind, diving into the depths of the water, which are emotional, your subconscious, the depths of your desires. So the reality of where, society has these expectations of you, and down here it's what do you want on a very deep subconscious level. exploring that. A lot of thoughts for you in January, a lot of thoughts, a lot of breaking out of the traditional way of doing things, breaking out of the conformities that are around you, or at least seeing them and looking at them. So, it's going to be varying degrees for each of you, but January is going to be an interesting month. I'm also going to draw another card to get more explanation on each month. So you get 2 cards for each month, just to get more detail for you. It's an interesting card, the Hanging Man. It's also growth through sacrifice. So you challenging conformities is not going to be an easy thing for you. It is going to be challenging. It is going to be challenging to break those ties, which is wonderful. You've got the Magician, and the Magician is also part of January, so while you're breaking out of conformities, it's about you creating, you manifesting your new reality. So it's this year, you start this year being determined to change your reality, change what you're working in, what is around you, what do you want to create for yourself? It's a balance of all the suits, the wands, swords, cups, and pentacles. It's using all of those things, your emotions, your thoughts, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, your desires, passions, purpose, and what you've learned, your thoughts, your knowledge, putting it all together to work out what direction you're moving in. Interesting month. January, very interesting for you. Takes you into February. That's another interesting one. February, this deck has, Palace of Swords. And February is about you having a view above the changes you want to bring in, having a clear view, standing up high so that you can see out in the horizon, you can think clearly. It's about clear thought. It's about thinking clearly. It's about really being confident about the thoughts that you're having, the changes you want to bring in, and it's about clarity of mind. So you're going to be very clear in your thinking. You're going to know exactly where you want to go, what you want to bring into your life, and what you want to achieve, what you want to learn. Very clear thinking, clarity of thoughts. There's not the confusion that's going to be around you. There's no confusion. No confusion. You're going to have this inner knowing of really knowing where you want to go in February. So let's have a look at a little bit more detail on that. But you're going to feel so clear, so unencumbered in thoughts. You're going to have a clarity of vision and know exactly which direction you're wanting to move in February. I like that. I like that energy. It's a balancing energy. Justice, scales, balancing energy. Doing things that are right. This can also be a legal card. But I feel like in this instance, it's an energy of really being able to be clear about your thoughts and really it's going to work in your favor. Justice will prevail. It will work in your favor when you make your choices and decisions. For those of you that are in a legal situation in February, if there's litigation, settlements, then it's really about you're going to have a clarity of thoughts. You're going to know exactly what it is you want from this situation, and it will come up in your favor. It will work in your favor. So either way, the changes you want to bring in, clarity of thought will work for you. If there's litigation, some sort of legal issues, they will also work in your favor in February. So I really like that. March. Moving into March. March, you've got the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups, when you're coming out of February, with your clarity of thought, you have got your ambitions, you have got your dreams, you have got your goals, you know what you want to achieve, you know what you want out of this situation. But it's also about keeping it real. Don't let your imagination run away with you where you're setting yourself goals that are not going to be achievable, that are going to be too far reaching. So keep it achievable. Keep it practical. Don't allow your imagination to run away with you. For some of you, I'm going to say to you, watch any sort of addictions that you might have. There might be, you might be in a situation where it's party time and you're drinking way too much, or you start smoking again, or you start substance abuse. There's something may cause you to stray from what the direction that is laid out in front of you. So stay focused. Keep it realistic. Keep your goals in mind. Keep your, what you've chosen, your path, what you want to achieve. Keep that in mind. Keep that very clear in your sight in March, because there is a possibility where you might stray off the path a little bit in March. That energy's there around you in March, where you're losing some of that focus, some of that clear thinking. It's going to start getting a little bit foggy. So it's about you remaining strong. Keep your strength, keep your determination, keep your vision. And for some of you, it's keeping your vision in what your dreams are and what you want to achieve. For some of you, if you're feeling a little bit down, this is all too hard, might cause you to veer down the path of some sort of addiction, but stay strong, because the possibilities for you to achieve it are absolutely there. Keep it real. You also have an inner strength in March that you can tap into, which will be really good for you, really good thing. You've got the Seven of Cups. Now, this is sitting pretty. This is waiting for the harvest to come in, waiting to reap the rewards of all your efforts. Now, this is you reap what you sow. So the more focused you are, the more you plan, the more you manifest and create and are clear about your reality and what you want to bring into your reality and the goals and dreams that you want to achieve. The more effort you put in that, come April, you're going to be reaping the rewards of your efforts. You're going to start seeing results. You're going to start seeing results on the foundations that you've laid from the beginning of the year, which is really, really lovely, really good. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's see what card I can get for you that will give us a little bit more information on your harvest coming in, all good things coming your way. I like it. Yeah, absolutely. There's going that again. You've got Pentacles. I'm using two different decks here, so you've got the let me see, the Eight of Pentacles. You've got the Eight of Pentacles here, and that is hard. That is work. There is work there for you. There is being focused on your efforts, being focused on your work, knowing your skill, knowing your craft, and working diligently towards it, because then you've got an opportunity. You'll be busy. You'll be busy in April, and then you'll start seeing the rewards of your efforts. It's about that focus. It's about being, the work is going to be there for you in April. And you have an opportunity to work at it, work long hours, work your skill and your craft, and reap the rewards of those efforts in April. I like that. In May, you have the Devil card. So the Devil card, temptation, raises its head again for you. This is really about focusing on what limitations are you setting yourself? What limitations are you putting on yourself? How are you viewing where you're at? You're going to feel a little bit, some of you are going to feel a little bit manipulated. Some of you are going to feel a little bit that you're in a position, you're in a place of making your choices to suit somebody else. So be mindful of that, because come May, there could be someone around you that is manipulating your direction. They're wanting you to go in a direction that's going to suit them more than it's going to suit you. You need to be aware of that. So be alerted to that in May. Be alerted to people around you and what sort of hold they have, or what, people that have got opinions about what you should be doing. Ultimately, you should be doing what's right for you, what sits well for you. advice that people give you usually is drawn on their past experiences, not yours. So you know what's best for you. So have the courage to do that, because once you realize that, you will be set free and you will be able to make the right choices and decisions. So that there are decisions for you to make in May, but just be aware of who's around you, who's giving you advice. Are you being emotionally manipulated? Are you allowing yourself to be manipulated in making your choices? Or are your choices and decisions empowering? If they're good for you and they are empowering to you, then you're going to be set free from that tie. So you have an opportunity in May to really reassess who is pulling your strings, who's got you chained, who's preventing you from soaring like an eagle. Absolutely. Because and this is diminished because I think you realize it. I think you towards in May you do come to a realization. The Emperor's really strong. The Emperor creates his own reality. He's very confident. He's very strong. He's able to create what he wants in his reality, bring to him what he needs. It's really about, he empowers himself. He's in control of his own destiny. So you do work it out. You do work that out in May. I like that. You do. There's this. Whatever happens in May, the consequence of that causes you to be very confident in yourself. Have a really deep belief in yourself. I like that. Then June comes along. And you've got the eight of coins or 8 of pentacles, and that is, you're back. You're back to being focused on what it is you want to do. You are working diligently. You are working with craftsmanship. You are working with dedication. This is towards your goals, towards your work, in your projects, in your study, in your hobbies, whatever it is for you. There is a real, you refocus in June. There's a new focus on where you're headed, what you're doing, what's around you, promotions, doing well at work, being appreciated for your skill, your craft, your precision, your knowledge. So there's a lot of accolades for you in June, a lot of rewards for where you are. And the card that I've drawn for you is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is, look at him, sitting on the throne, really confident. You know you're doing well. You know you're good at what you do. You're feeling really good about yourself in June, really strong about where you're headed, what you're doing, and what's ahead. You're in control. You're in control. You have clarity of thought, and you know where you're headed. So there's a really clear as a bell energy around you in June. So let's have a look at the next 6 months. Okay, so July you've got the 5 of coins. This is interesting, isn't it? It's almost like your year's going sort of, you have these months, every couple of months you have this change in your confidence. So this is your perception. In July, you're going to have a perception of being left out in the cold. You're going to have a perception of good things happen to everybody else. Why aren't they happening to me? There's this window here with the light hitting you. It's shining on you. This is the reality of what's around you, but you are feeling a little bit left out of everyone's success, or not succeeding as quickly as everybody else. That's your perception. I also want to say to you that July is a month that you need to mind your health. Mind your health. I'm feeling like what my guides are telling me here is that there is going to be your energy is going to drop. I feel like there could be slight headaches, or just feeling really tired, just feeling exhausted, and that might come from May and June, where June you've been very, very busy. So look after yourself also in June, because July you're going to start feeling quite flat. You're just losing that clarity of thinking, that clarity and practicality of thinking, and your emotions are sort of going to take hold, and you are going to really be things are going to seem worse than they are in July. So just be mindful of that. It will pass. Let's have a look at what's going on. It's really about what you're thinking, what's going on in your head. You've got the King of Wands, which can be male or female, but there's either Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius person around you that is there to support you. Just mind that they're not too controlling, but they're very strong. But for some of you, I feel like this is the energy that's around you. You can buy into this, or you can really get yourself out of that and find that direction back, because it's a bit of a conflicting sort of energy in July. You know, you've got these two types of energy coming through. One is, you know, you might have a period of time in July where you're feeling really flat, really tired, losing that motivation, but then towards the end of the month or through the month, you do get that motivation back, you do get that insight back, you do get that passion back. So it's not a biggie. It doesn't stay around for very long. So that's good. That's good. But that's going to be a bit of an up and down sort of month. Two very different energies coming in. So it's concentrating on the strong positive energy rather than collapsing yourself into the feeling sorry for myself energy. You know, I'm tired and I'm just, you know, over this. It's very short-lived. Okay, that's very short-lived, because come August, you've got the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card. I don't know what happens, you know, in Nine of Cups, it's just, I feel like there's a real love energy around you, a real water energy around you. There's, you know, if you're single, a great time to meet that person, meet someone. If you're in a relationship, it's about strengthening it, moving forward, maybe getting married, getting engaged, having children, or just having a deeper understanding of each other. It's also about projects working, seeing results, making you feel emotionally happy and in a really positive frame of mind, knowing again where you're headed and having a clear view of your goals. So, you know, it's really fantastic. Let's see if I can get some more detail out of that. You know, the only month really is going to be July, where there's, you know, this potential of, if you're too tired, you're going to start feeling sorry for yourself and it's all going to be too hard. Short-lived, because you get that focus back again. There you go. Look at that. Is that what I said to you? New love. New understanding of your partner, a strengthening of an existing relationship, commitment, or meeting somebody new. So that's very much around you in August. Very exciting sort of romantic energy around. I like that. Okay, September, you have the Justice card. And to me, it's like, it's a sort of energy that there's going to be a balancing of situations. There's going to be a balancing of, for some of you, it's legal issues coming to an end. It's going to be in your favor. The scales of justice are going to be balanced. You will get what is coming to you, and it will work out for you really well. So if you're hanging on some sort of results, then in September, it's going to be very, very positive for you. For some of you, it's going to be, you've been working really hard and here's your rewards for that. There's this balance, there's a karmic justice coming your way. So that you can, you get what you've worked for. You get, there's a balancing of the books, there's a balancing of the ledger in some situation for you and there's good results there. There's good results for you in September. So I like that. What details can I give you here, my lovely Geminis? Interesting year. Okay, so it's about being, again, you see, it's about, September's going to be about balance for you, because you've got Temperance, and Temperance is about balancing, you know, all the suits. It's about balancing the Wands, which is your passion, your career, your drive, your energy. Swords is about clarity of thinking and mind, new knowledge, new learning. Cups is emotions, and Pentacles is abundance and grounding. Keep all those balanced in your life. Okay, and Justice also shows you the scales, and it's about balance. Again, it's about balance. So there's something balancing out, evening out, fairness about September. So I like that. And you will also feel really balanced. So it's about meditating. It's about meditating. It's about balancing out your emotions. It's about balancing out your life, every aspect of it, and feeling really good about it. I just feel really even keeled about September for you. Really good. October sees you the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands for October, and in October it's about ready to move. You're ready to move on. You're ready to move on. You're ready to move on to bigger and better. You're ready to take everything you've learnt, your passion, your drive, your ideas, your creativity, and take it to new heights. Take it up a notch. Okay, so it's it's been a struggle. I've planned all of this. I've worked about all of this. I've sorted it out. I've sorted people out in my life, and this is where I'm at now. And I'm ready to move forward. I'm victorious. I've done it all, and it's worked out. And I'm now ready to take on more. I'm ready to take on that next chapter. I'm ready to move on from this. So that you're going to feel in October, very satisfied about where you are at, where you're finding yourself. Taking a break to reflect on where you've come, how far you've come, and where you're headed as well. So that's going to be October for you, a real time of, I've done well with that. I'm really proud of myself. And where am I headed? What am I moving? Where am I going to move to? Where am I, what's next for me? What's next for me? And what's next for you is very much in your control. So where you had the Devil card in May, temptations, being manipulated by other people, you've sorted yourself out. By October, you're calling the shots. You're making the decisions. The Chariot is about you driving this. It's in your control. So where to next? I've done well. I've come a long way. Where am I going next? What do I want to do? They're your thoughts. They're your ideas. That's what you want to do with this. So it's really sitting back and just saying, well, where am I going to take this in October, and making new plans. And you do well with that, because come November, you do make those decisions. You do work it out, because come November, there's the Ace, which is new beginnings in your life. New beginnings in the direction you're taking, in your financial situation, in your love situation, in happiness, abundance in all things. It's very grounding, very earthing. Your needs will be met. So you've really turned a corner here. You're going on to that next chapter, creating that next reality for yourself. And those opportunities come to you in November, which I really like. It's really an interesting year. Yeah, the Hierophant. It's also about your intuition, being spiritual. This is spiritual institutions. Are you going to take on, join some university, take on some course, join some organization, become part of some group? It's also about spiritual growth, spiritual development, spiritual understanding of the self. Trusting yourself, trusting your intuition. And that's all part of this new beginning for you in November, which it's just fabulous. Just fabulous. You've got the Six of Coins here. I love this card, the Six of Coins. Okay, so it's about, in December, You're taking stock. You're taking stock of what the year's been like, and it's been good. It's been a good year. It's been very balancing for you. It's been very rewarding for you. It's been, the scales are balanced in your favour. What is yours will come to you, and you reflect on all of that. You look back on all of that, and you realize just how fortunate you've been throughout the year and how much progress you've made through your skills, through your hard work, through your knowledge, through your achievements. You are being rewarded for that. So you're in a really good place in December. I really like that. And my goodness, you certainly finished the year off on a high note. You finished the year off with the sun, and that's the most positive card in the tarot deck as far as I'm concerned. The sun is responsible. It aids growth of plants. It nourishes us. It nourishes the planet. It nourishes everything on the planet. Without the sun, we could not exist. When the sun shines its light, it goes into every corner. Everything is illuminated. Everything is shown. You can see everything clearly. You know what direction you're moving in. There's no barriers. There's nothing stopping you. So this sets you up for 2020 really well. 2020 already. Wow. It sets you up for 2020. And I really like that. You feel so good about yourself. You're so ready to move on to the next year. You're so ready to move on to 2020. You finish the year off on a very positive note. I really, really like that. So I hope that that's been helpful for you. I hope it helps you month by month, gives you a breakdown of what sort of things you're to expect and what you're working with, and how to best utilize the energies of those months. If you would like to have a personal yearly reading, then follow the link below to my website and you can book a yearly reading from there. I am only offering them from December to January. It's there for 2 months, and that is all. So if you're really wanting a yearly reading, then I suggest you book that as soon as possible, because it will fill up, and it's only available for 2 months, but it will be personalized to you and what is going on with you for the year, the energies that you'll be working with. So many blessings, and in lots of blessings for 2019 to you.